Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Isaiah 65 to 66, Jeremiah 1 to 4, Proverbs 1, and Psalm 36. Let's get started. I was ready to be sought by those who did not ask for me. I was ready to be found by those who did not seek me. I said, Here I am, to a nation that was not called by my name. I spread out my hands all the day to rebellious people who walk in a way that is not good, following their own devices. My people who provoke me to my face continually, sacrificing in guns and making offerings on bricks. Who sit in tombs, spend the night in secret places, who eat pig's flesh and broth of tainted meat is their vessels, who say, Keep to yourself, do not come near me, for I am too holy for you. And there is smoke in my nostrils, a fire that burns all the day. Behold, it is risen before me. I will not keep silent, but I will repay. I will indeed repay into their lap both your iniquities and your father's iniquities together, says the Lord. Because they made offerings on the mountains and insulted me on the hills, I'll measure into their lap payment for their former deeds. So says the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and they say, Do not destroy, for there was a blessing in it. So I will do for my servant's sake, and not destroy them all. I will bring forth offspring from Jacob, from Judah possessors of my mountains. My chosen shall possess it, and my servant shall dwell. Sharon shall become a pasture for flocks, in the valley of Achor, a place for us like our former people who have sought me, but you who say the Lord, who forget my holy mountain. He set a table for fortune and fill cups of mixed wine for destiny. Our destiny to the sword. All of you shall bow down to the Lord, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spoke, you did not listen, but you did what was evil in my eyes, and chose what I did not delight in. Therefore thus says the Lord God, Behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be put to shame. And behold, my servant shall sing for gladness of heart, but you shall cry for pain of heart, and shall wail for breaking of spirit. You shall leave your name to my chosen for a curse, and the Lord God will put you to death. But his servants he will call by another name, so that he who blesses himself in the land shall bless himself by the God of truth, and he who takes an oath in the land shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten and are hidden from my eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and new earth, and the former things that shall not be remembered will come into mind. But be glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem to be joy, and a people to be gladness. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and be glad in my people. No more shall be heard in it the sound of weeping, and the cry of distress. No more shall there be in it an infant who lives but a few days. For the young man shall die 100 years old, and the sinner 100 years old shall be accursed. They shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant a vineyard and eat their fruit. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For like the days of a tree shall the days of my people be, and my chosen shall enjoy the work of their hands. And they shall not labor in vain, or bear children for land for calamity. They shall breed the offspring of the blessed Lord, and their descendants will be. Therefore, before they call, I will answer. While they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall graze together. The lion shall eat straw like dogs, and dust shall be the serpent's food. They shall not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountains, says the Lord. Thus says the Lord, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. What is the house that you will build for me? And what is the place of my rest? All these things my hand has made, and so all these things came to be, declares the Lord. At this is the one to whom I will look, he who is humble and contrite in spirit, and trembles at my word. He who slaughters an ox like one who kills a man. He sacrifices a lamb like one who breaks a dog's neck. He presents a grain offering like one who offers pig's blood. He makes a memorial offering of frankincense like one who blesses an idol. They have chosen their own ways, and their soul delights in their abomination. I also would choose hearts screaming and bring their fears upon them, because when I called, no one answered. When I spoke, they did not listen, but they did what was evil in my eye, and chose that in which I did not delight. Hear the word of the Lord, you who tremble at his word, your brothers who hate you and cast you out for my name's sake. I said, Let the Lord be glorified, that we may see your joy, but it is they who shall be put to shame. The sound of an uproar from the sea, a sound from the temple, the sound of the Lord rendering recompense to his enemies. Before she was in labor, she gave birth. Before pain came upon her, she delivered a son. Who has heard such a thing? Who has seen such things? Shall a lamb be born in one day? Shall a nation be brought forth in 1 moment? For as soon as Zion was in labor, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to the point of birth, and not cause to bring forth? Says the Lord. Shall I who cause to bring forth shut the womb? Says the Lord God. Rejoice with Jerusalem, make glad for her, all you who love her. Rejoice with her and joy, all you who mourn over her. But you know that you may nurse and be satisfied over her consoling breast, that you may drink deeply with delight from her glorious abundance. For thus says the Lord, Behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and will glory of the nations like an overflowing stream. And you shall nurse, and you shall be carried upon her hip, and bounced upon her knees, as one who his mother comforts. So I will comfort you. You shall be comforted in Jerusalem. You shall see, and your heart shall rejoice. rejoice, your bones shall flourish like grass. And the hand of the Lord shall be known to his servants, and he shall show his indignation against his enemies. And behold, the Lord will come in fire, and his chariots in the wind like the whirlwind. To render his anger and fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. Now by fire the Lord will enter into judgment, and by a sword with all flesh. And those slain by the Lord shall be many. And those who sanctify and purify themselves to go into the gardens, following one in the midst, eating pig's flesh and the abomination and mice shall come to an end together, declares the Lord. For I know their works and their thoughts, and their time is coming together, all the nations and tongues. And they shall come and shall see my glory, and I will set a sign among them, and from them I will send survivors to the nation, to Tarshish, Pul, and Lud, who draw the bow, to Chebal and Jarrah, and to the coast that is far away, that have not heard my fame will see my glory. And they shall declare my glory among the nations, and they shall bring all your brothers from all the nations as a sin offering to the Lord, on horses and in chariots and in litters and on mules and on dromedaries, to my home, holy mountain Jerusalem, says the Lord. Just as the Israelites bring their great offering in a clean vessel to the house of the Lord, and some of them I will take for a prey and for Levi, says the Lord. For as the new heavens and the new earth that I make shall remain before me, says the Lord, so shall your offspring and your name remain from new moon to new moon, and from Sabbath to Sabbath. All flesh shall come to worship before me, declares the Lord. And they shall go out and look on the dead bodies of the men who have rebelled against me, for their worm shall not die, their fire shall not be quenched, and it shall be an abhorrence to all flesh. Jeremiah 1-4. The words of Jeremiah, son of Hilkiah, one of the priests who were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of the Lord came in the days of Josiah the son of Amon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim the son of Josiah, king of Judah, until the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, until the captivity of Jerusalem in the 5th month. Now the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb I knew you, and before you were born I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. And I said, Oh Lord God, behold, I do not know how to speak, for I am only a youth. And the Lord said to me, Do not say, I am only a youth. For to whom I send you, you shall go, and whatever I command you shall speak. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you to deliver you, declares the Lord. And then the Lord put out his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said to me, Behold, I have put my word in your mouth. See, I have set you this day over nations and every kingdom, to pluck up and to break down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant. And the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Jeremiah, what do you see? And I see an almond branch. Then the Lord said to me, You have seen well, for I am watching over my word to perform it. And the word of the Lord came to me the second time, saying, What do you see? And I said, I see a boiling pot facing away from the north. And the Lord said to me, Out of the north disaster shall be let loose upon all the inhabitants of the land. For behold, I am calling all the tribes of the kingdoms of the north, declares the Lord. And they shall come, and every one shall set a stone at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem, against all its walls all around, and against all the cities of Judah. And I will declare my judgments against them. For all their evil and forsaken me, and they have made offerings to other gods, and worship the works of their own hands. But you dress yourself for work, arise, and say to them everything that I command you. Do not be dismayed by them. Yes, I dismay you before them. And I, behold, I make you this day a fortified city, an iron pillar and bronze walls, against the whole, against the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and the people of the land. They will fight against you, that they shall not prevail against you. For I am with you, declares the Lord, to deliver you. And the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Go and proclaim in the hearing of Jerusalem, thus says the Lord. I remember the devotion of your youth, your love of the bride, how you followed me in the wilderness, in the land not so. Israel was holy to the Lord, the first fruits of his harvest. All who ate of it and killed. Disaster came upon them, declares the Lord. Hear the word of the Lord, O house of Jacob, and all the plans of the house of Israel. Thus says the Lord. What wrong did your fathers find in me, that they went far from me, and went after worthlessness, and became worthless? They did not say, Where is the Lord, who brought us up from the land of Egypt, who led us in the wilderness, in the land of deserts and pits, in the land of drought and deep darkness, in the land that none passes through, where no man dwells. And I brought you into a wonderful land, to enjoy its fruits and good things. And you came, and you fulfilled my land, and made my heritage an abomination. The priests did not say, Where is the Lord? Those who handled the Lord did not know me. The shepherds transgressed against me. The prophets prophesied by Baal, and went after things that do not profit. Therefore I still contend with you, declares the Lord. And with your children's children I will contend. We will cross to the coast of Cyprus and see, also unto Kedar, and examine with care, and see if there has been such a thing. As a nation changes gods, even though they are no gods, and my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. Ye have ordered hymns of this. Ye shall be utterly desolate, declares the Lord. While my people have committed two evils, they have forsaken me, the fountain of living wood, and hoed out cisterns for themselves, vacant cisterns that can hold no water. His house are a slave, is he a humble servant? Why then has we become a prey? Her lions have roared against them, therefore loudly. They made his land a waste. Their cities are amongst without inhabitant. Moreover, the men of Memphis and Tammuz have shaved the crown of your head. Have you not brought this upon yourself by forsaking the Lord your God? And when it led you in the way, and now what do you gain by going to Egypt to drink the waters of the Nile? Or what do you gain by going to Assyria to drink the waters of the Euphrates? Your evil will chastise you, and your poverty will reprove you. Now see that it is evil and bitter. Now you to forsake the Lord your God. The fear of me is not in you, declares the Lord God of hosts. How long ago I burst your yoke, broke your yoke, and burst your bonds, but you say I will not serve. Yes, on every high hill and under every green tree, and you bow down like a whore. Yet I planted you a choice vine, wholly of pure seed. Now then have you turned degenerate, and become a wild vine. Have you washed yourself with lye and used much soap? The stain of your guilt is still before me, declares the Lord God. How can you say I am not ugly? I have not gone after the bad. Look at your way in the valley. No. Note what you have done. A restless young camel running here and there, a wild donkey used to the wilderness, and in her he sniffing the wind. You can restrain her lust. No who seek her ear weary themselves. In a month you find her. In her month they will find her. Keep your feet from going unshod, and you throw it from dust. But you said it is hopeless, for I have loved foreigners, and after them I will go. As the thief is shamed in court, so the house of Israel shall be shamed. They, their kings, their officials, their priests, and their prophets, who say to a tree, you are my father, and to a stone, you gave me birth. And they have turned their back to me, and they nod their face. And in the time of their trouble they say, arise and save us. And where are your God, that you may free yourself? Let them arise, if they can save me, in a time of trouble. For as many as your seas are your gods of Judah. Why do you contend with me? You have all transgressed against me, declares the Lord. In vain I have struck your children. They took my correction. Your own sword devoured your prophets, and like a ravening lion. In you, a generation, behold the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness to Israel, or a land of thick darkness? Why then do my people say, we are free? You will come no more to you. Can a virgin forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me, days without number. How well ye direct your course to seek love, so that even to wicked women you have taught your ways. Which on the skirts is found the lifeblood of the guiltless poor. You did not find them breaking me. Yet in spite of all these things, you say, I am innocent. Surely his anger is turned from me. Lord, I will bring you to judgment for saying, I have not sinned. How much you go about changing your way, you shall be put to shame by Egypt, as you were put to shame by Syria. From it too you will come away. With your hands on your head, for the Lord has rejected those in whom he trusts, and you will not prosper by them. And if a man divorces his wife, and she goes from him and becomes another man's wife, no you return to her. Would not the land be greatly polluted? You have played the whore with many lovers. Why? And would you return to me, declares the Lord? Lift up your eyes to their heights and see. Where have you not been ravished? By the wayside you have sat awaiting lovers, like an Arab in the wilderness. You have polluted the land with your vile whoredom. Therefore the showers have been withheld, and spring rain has not come. Yet you have the forehead of a whore. You refuse to be ashamed. And have you not just now called me? My father, you are the friend of my youth. Will he be angry forever? Will he be indignant to you? Behold, you have spoken, but you have done all the evil that you could. And the Lord called to me in the days of King Josiah. Have you seen what she did, that faithless one, Israel, how she went upon every high hill, and under every green tree, and there played the whore? And I thought, after she's done all this, she'll return to me, that she did not listen. And the treacherous sister Judah saw that for all the adulteries of the faithless one Israel, I sent her away with a decree of divorce. Yet treacherous sister Judah did not fear, that she too went and played the whore, because she took a whoredom lightly. She polluted the land, committing adultery with stone and tree. Yet for all this her treacherous sister Judah did not return to me with her whole heart, but in pretense, declares the Lord. And the Lord said to me, faithless Israel has shown itself more righteous than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return, faithless Israel, declares the Lord. I will not look on you in anger, for I am merciful, declares the Lord. I will not be angry forever. Only acknowledge your guilt, and that you rebelled against the Lord your God, and spread your favors among foreigners, and every green tree, and that you have not obeyed my voice, declares the Lord. Return, O faithless children, declares the Lord. For I am your master. I will take you, one from sea and two from famine, and I will bring you to Zion, and I will give you shepherds after my own heart, who will feed you with knowledge and understanding. And when you have multiplied and been fruitful in the land, in those days, declares the Lord, you shall no more say, the ark of the covenant of the Lord. It shall not come to mind, or be remembered or missed. It shall not be made again. At that time Jerusalem shall be called the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall gather to the presence of the Lord in Jerusalem. And they shall no more stubbornly follow their own evil heart. In those days the house of Judah shall join the house of Israel, and together they shall come from the land of the north to the land that I gave your fathers for a heritage. And I say, how I would set you among my sons, and give you a pleasant land, a heritage most pleasant, beautiful of all nations. And I thought you would call me my father. and would not turn from following me. Surely as a treacherous wife leaves her husband, so have you been treacherous to me. How says that declares the Lord. A voice on the bed hides her, a weeping and pleading of Israel's sons, because they perverted their way. They forgot the Lord their God. Return, O faithless sons, I will heal your faithlessness. Behold, we come to you. Behold, we come to you, for you are the Lord our God. Truly the hills are our delusion, the orgies on the mountains. Truly the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. And from our youth the shameful thing has devoured all for which our fathers labored, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. Let us lie down in our shame, and let our dishonor cover us. We have sinned against the Lord our God, we and our fathers from our youth even to this day, and we have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our God. If you return, O Israel, declares the Lord, to me you should return. If you remove your detestable thing from my presence, and you do not waver, and if you swear, as the Lord lives, in truth and justice and in righteousness, and nations shall bless themselves in him, and in him shall they glory. Thus says the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, make up your father ground, and set him out among thorns. Circumcise yourselves to the Lord, remove the foreskin of your heart. O men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, let my wrath go forth like fire, and burn with none to quench it, because of the evil of your deeds. Declare in Judah and proclaim in Jerusalem, and say, blow the trumpet through the land, cry aloud and say, assemble, and let us go into the fortified cities. Raise a standard towards Zion, flee for safety, saying, for I bring disaster from the north, and great destruction. A lion has gone up from a thicket, a destroyer of nations has gone out. He's gone for his life. To make your land a waste, your cities will be ruins without inhabitant. For this put on sackcloth and lament and wail. For the fierce anger of the Lord has not turned back from us. In that day declares the Lord, courage shall flail both king and officials. The priests shall be appalled, and the prophets astounded. And I said, Lord God, surely you utterly deceive this people in Jerusalem, saying, it shall be well with you, whereas the sword has reached their very life. At that time it will be said to this people and to Jerusalem, a hot wind from the bare heights in the desert, toward the daughter of my people, not to winter or cleanse, a wind too full, for this comes from me. And now it is I who speak in judgment upon them. Behold, he comes up like clouds, his chariots like the whirlwind, his horses are swifter than eagles. Woe to us, for we are wrong. O Jerusalem, watch your heart from evil, that you may be saved. How long shall your wicked thoughts lodge within you? For the Lord voice declares from death, and proclaims trouble from men afraid. All the nations that he is coming, announce to Jerusalem. The C.Jun come from a distant land. They shout against the cities of Judah, like keepers of a field they are against her all around. Because she has rebelled against me, declares the Lord. Your ways and your deeds have brought this upon you. It is your doom, and it is bitter. It reaches your very heart. My anguish, I writhe in pain. Over the walls of my heart is beating wildly. I cannot keep silent, for I hear the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. Crash follows hard on crash. The whole land is laid waste. Suddenly my tents are laid waste. I count in a moment. How long must I see the standard, and hear the sound of the trumpet? I heap up foolish, they know me not. They are stupid children, they have no understanding, they are wise in doing evil, but how to do good they know not. I looked on the earth, and behold, it was without form and void, and to the heavens they had no light. I looked on the mountains, and behold, they were quaking, and all the hills moved to and fro. I looked, and behold, there was no man. I looked, and all the birds of the air had fled. I looked, and behold, the fruitful land was a desert, and all the cities were laid in ruins before the Lord, before his fierce anger. But thus says the Lord, the whole land shall be a desolation, yet I will not make a full end. For this the earth shall mourn, and the heavens above shall be dark. And I have spoken, I have purposed, I have not relented, nor will I turn back. I am always a horseman and archer, every city takes no flight. Into thickets they climb among rock. All the cities are forsaken, and no man dwells in them. And you, O desolate one, what do you mean that you dress in scarlet? That you adorn yourself with ornaments of gold, and you enlarge your eyes with pain. In vain you beautify yourself, your lovers despise you, they seek your life. For I heard the cries of a woman in labor, anguish as of one giving birth to a first child. The cry of the daughter of Zion, gasping for breath, stretching out her hands. Woe is me, I am fainting before murderers. Proverbs 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, King Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand wisdom and insight, to receive instruction and wise dealing, and righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. To understand a proverb and understanding, the words of the wise and their riddles, and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, for it desires wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching. And for they are a grateful garland for your hair, and pendants for your neck. My son, as sinners entice you, do not consent. As they say, come with us, let us lie and wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like shoal that swallows them alive, and hold like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods, we shall fill our houses with plunder. Though in your lot among us, we will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their path, for their feet run to you, and they make haste to shed blood. No one faint is a nest spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood, they set an ambush for their own lives. Snatch out the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain, and takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the street, in the market she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street she cries out, at the entrance of the sea gate she speaks. How long, you simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? If you turn to my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I'll make my words known to you. Because I have called on you with useless, I have stretched out my hand, and no one has heeded. And because you have ignored all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They'll seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hate knowledge, and do not choose to fear the Lord. Would have none of my counsel, and despise all my reproof. Therefore they shall have the fear of their way, and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will joy secure, and will be at ease without dread of disaster. Psalm 36. Transgression speaks to the wicked deep in his heart. There is no fear of God before his eyes, for he flatters himself in his own eyes that his iniquity cannot be found out or hated. The words of his mouth are trouble and deceit. He sees to act wisely and do good. He plots trouble while on his back. He sets himself in a way that is not good. He does not reject evil. And your steadfast love at the Lord extends to the heaven. Your faithfulness to the clouds. Your righteousness is like the mountains of God. Your judgments are like the great deep. Man and beast you save, O Lord. How precious are your steadfast love, O God. O God, the children of mankind take refuge in the shadow of your wing. You feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delight. For with you is the family of life. In your light do we see light. Your continuous steadfast love to those who know you, and your righteousness to the upright of heart. Let not the foot of arrogance come upon you, nor the hand of the wicked drive you away. Let the evildoers lie fallen, they are thrust down, unable to rise. Now thus done, I shall not do the Lord's prayer. Place my hands to the Father in heaven. Hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts and also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.